Hi there, today we're going to be talking about reading our horses and understanding how a horse responds to potentially scary situations. So as you may know, horses are prey animals. That means they are wired to read whether or not a situation is safe or unsafe. And if they feel it might be unsafe, they are wired to run and run faster than any predator that can get them. So in order to stay safe when we ride, we, one, need to ride a well-trained horse, which all of the lesson horses are, but two, we need to be able to read those situations and recognize if a horse is feeling escalated. So in doing that, we like kids to understand all of the things that can register to a horse. So things that might not seem like any big deal to us or might not seem like enough to make a horse spook, just might be something that registers. And if enough of those register, a horse just might officially decide that it's unsafe and they want to get the heck out of Dodge. So when we teach this lesson, we use what we call the Spookometer. So I am going to assemble our Spookometer as I would teach it in class. So when a horse is in the yellow, we say they're feeling safe and relaxed. When they're in the orange, we say that they're feeling alert. Up in the red, we say they're feeling anxious. So when the orange, they're looking, they're trying to detect whether or not there's any other unsafe things. In the red, they are more likely to decide, yep, this is not safe, I'm going to spook. So if it is dark outside, for most horses, that will either register in the high yellow or bring them up into the orange, because they are not able to see as well, obviously, when it's dark outside, so they're more nervous about potentially dangerous situations. If it's dark and then you add rain, now they can't hear quite as well. So they can't see quite as well, they can't hear quite as well. They are going to be either in the alert or in the anxious range. So if you add, now this student is learning how to trot, and they're kind of bouncing and their hands are kind of bouncing and they're not real balanced. That may bring a horse more up into the red. And then, now if it's raining outside and parents are watching, they might pop an umbrella open and boop, our horse spooks when they just get right to the very top. So now just giving one other example. Let's say it's not dark outside, but it is pouring down rain. And little brother or sister who's watching lessons bored, and they're gonna run down the ramp, stomping feet down ramp, whether that's the viewing area or a wheelchair ramp, definitely registers on a horse's Spookometer. And now let's say we have your student needs to take their coat off, and they unzip it and they pull that coat out to the side, and the horse catches it out of the side of their eye. And for a horse, that just feels like something just appeared on their back. So that, if they haven't spooked yet, they're right near the top. Now mom or dad takes a picture, and that camera flash might be enough to have them spook. So in keeping students safe, it's just important to understand that it's never one thing that makes a horse spook. It's always a combination of things that register and register until it's just too much and the horse gets brain overload and the reaction is what we call a spook. That quick movement, sometimes a quick movement and stop, sometimes a quick movement and kind of loping a few steps before they stop. So in our lessons, especially as you get up into level 2, 3, 4, 5, we teach our students how to read what color a horse is in and how to de-escalate when the horse is raising in color. Little Wrangler in level 1, we are just helping them to read the horse. If we feel that the horse is getting up near the red, that might be a time where we'll put them on a lead rope if they're not typically on a lead rope. Level 2, we will learn how to avoid that situation, how to shorten our reins, how to be proactive if we feel that a horse is escalating. Levels 3 and 4, we do a lot of de-escalation techniques. So how do we lower a horse's head? How do we help control their body position to help assure them that we are in charge and the situation is safe? So any anyhow, hopefully that lesson helps you to better understand how to read horses and how we as instructors read horses and read situations. There may be a time where if we feel that we're in the red, we need to dismount students, talk about what's happening, and we may do an unmounted lesson on how to de-escalate a horse and just why in that moment we might have needed to step down before we remount again. Thank you.